What's up, trainers? Welcome to the Ultimate Venusaur Guide for Pokemon Unite. Let's jump straight into it today. We are playing Venusaur, who is an attacker Pokemon with an intermediate difficulty to play. Despite his big, thick body, he is not a tank. He is an attacker meant to deal lots of damage and is not going to suck up those attacks like a tank would. Now, before we jump into the arena, let's take a look at our item selection today. We are going to start off with the Shell Bell. Everybody knows about the Shell Bell probably at this point. It is going to boost our special attack as well as give us some health regen whenever we're dealing damage with those abilities. Now, one quick note, physical versus special attack in this game. Basic attacks, like when you click on an opponent, those are going to always be physical, and every ability which has a cooldown, those are considered special. So no typing and no differences in abilities, but that's something to pay attention to. Now also second, you are going to see we take the special attack specs, and these are a slept on item right now, but these are going to boost your special attack every time you are able to score a goal. So as soon as we hit the early to mid game, we're going to be looking to score, even if it's just for a few points, as often as possible to boost that special attack even more. Rounding out our 3 items we take going into the arena will be the Float Stone. This is just a very simple boost your move speed and help you out on your mobility around the field, which as an attacker trying to track people down, this can be really handy. Now also for our in-game item, we are going to take the eject button. You'll see as we get into the moveset, we're going to choose that there is no mobility on Venusaur. So that makes a lot of sense. This is going to give us the ability to jump in and flash in and close out a battle if we need to chase someone down, or if we get put in a sticky situation, we can hit that eject button and gives us that dash that the kit does not already have. Now, that being said, that's the build for the day. As you can tell, based on these items, Venusaur is going to be a very special attacking heavy champion. So his basic attacks are nice, but be sure to deal the bulk of your damage with those special attacks and really learn how to use those to the best of your ability to deal out that damage. Now, when we jump into the arena, Venusaur as an attacking Pokemon should probably take top lane, sometimes bottom, and the reason for taking top as an attacker is because on the team, your job should be to get the Rotom. It is a pretty critical piece to get within the game, and Venusaur can help get that as long as you have good support or tank with you. So that's why we take Venusaur top lane. Now let's start taking a look at those abilities. First off, just to keep in mind, the passive, which is Overgrow, and this says when this Pokemon is at low HP, your damage output is going to be increased. Now I couldn't find the exact number, but I'm assuming based on the other abilities I've seen that this is below half health, your damage output is going to be increased. So just something to be wary of and be mindful of as we jump in. Now at levels 1 and 3, we're going to choose between Seed Bomb and Razor Leaf. You can play around with your preferences in this. My preference at level 1 is to take Seed Bomb. This hurls an attack at opponents, and the only reason I choose this first is because it has a lower cooldown than Razor Leaf. Razor Leaf is a pretty strong move for the early game, but it can also be a little bit tougher to hit, and it's going to launch some sharp leaves in a direction for some enemies. So play around with which one you want at level 1 and which one you level 3, but I do prefer Seed Bomb going in at first. Now, as we jump into this build, we're going to, at level 5, take Petal Dance. Now this build, as I said, is going to be a special attacking build, but Petal Dance is also going to help us deal some damage. So it's going to scatter some petals around nearby, increasing our speed for a short time, as well as dealing damage over time to opposing Pokemon. So with this move, you do need to get in tight, so this is where you have to really toe the line and make sure you're closing in on enemies when it makes sense and whenever you have either a level advantage or someone else with you. But Petal Dance is going to crank out some damage to nearby Pokemon and can be a really good ability. Now also at level 7, we are going to take Solar Beam, and this is going to give us a little range. This can help us close out for Pokemon that have dashed away, but Solar Beam is going to blast a beam of light, obviously dealing damage to opposing Pokemon within the area. So this is the Petal Dance Solar Beam build. It is very ability focused, so don't be afraid to get in there close, launch up your Petal Dance, and then use that Solar Beam to track down enemies or to use as your ranged attack. Now at level 9, we will be finally a fully evolved Venusaur, and we're also going to get that Unite move, Verdant Anger. Verdant Anger shoots out a powerful seed bomb that scatters and damages Pokemon all around you. With any Unite move as an attacker, you're going to be looking to use this to flip team fights. You're going to save this off for times when you have an even matchup against the enemy team and you can take out a strong attacker, but I certainly recommend using it to hit the biggest damage dealer and not using it to hit the necessarily right on the support or the tank Pokemon. So those are just some things to keep in mind. Now that is the build we're going for today. This is the Petal Dance Solar Beam build, focusing highly on special attack and getting in close to deal that damage. So as we come into the late game, look to follow your tanks and supports into team fights and take as many objectives like Rotom or buffs as you can get. Venusaur does have a pretty good ability to crank out some damage, and so be looking to use that as an attacker to take over farm as much as possible. Look for one-on-one team fights you can win, and overall have a great time with this Pokemon. So I hope this guide has been helpful for you and giving you a little direction for your next Venusaur gameplay, and I hope your next battle is the best one yet. Have a good day, my friends.